Hello, this is Nitin Dahad with the Times. I'm here talking to Sanjeev Aggarwal, who's the President and CEO of Everspin Technologies at SEMICON West 2025 in Phoenix. Hello.
Hi, Nathan. Good to see you.
How are you?
Doing great.
So last time we met was at your office a couple of years ago.
That's true.
A lot has changed since then. So you've got new products, you've got some new contracts, and tell us a little bit about the story.
Yeah, sure. So since the last time we met, we've actually brought at least 2 or 3 new products to the market. These are basically the X SPI product, which basically means it's a serial interface. It can be quad SPI, octal SPI, single SPI, 200 megahertz. So pretty high bandwidth.
Just back up for those who may not know, we're seeing you for the first time. Just give us a bit of background first of Everspin actually as well.
Yeah, sure. So Everspin is a semiconductor manufacturing company. It's a boutique memory that we make, non-volatile memories based on magnetic materials. And we've been shipping since 2006 while we were still part of Freescale. And in 2008 onwards, we've been shipping toggle MRAM, and then we brought a 1 gigabit spin transfer torque or STT-MRAM to market in 2018, and that we've been shipping to IBM for data center applications.
Okay.
And the rest of the product portfolio that we have, we actually serve the non-volatile SRAM market or the FRAM market. So we compete with those two technologies.
So those are the products you're talking about when you were mentioning those earlier.
That's correct.
Right. Yeah.
So what we did was we actually extended our roadmap for the NV-SRAM, FRAM technology. What we did was we brought on a new product portfolio that went from 4 megabit with a SPI interface all the way up to 128 megabit. And the uniqueness about the product is it is actually an octal SPI at 200 megahertz, so basically makes it 400 megabytes per second. So the fastest serial interface bandwidth memory that's out there. We've been shipping that and getting some traction over there. So more recently, we actually qualified it at automotive temperatures. So we actually brought out the product with the acronym HR at the end, so high reliability. And that's basically targeted for the automotive applications as well as aerospace and defense applications. And I can get into that a little bit more with the success that we've been having with low Earth orbital satellite markets.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that actually. Yeah, while we're
sure.
on that. Yeah.
So we've publicly talked about 2 companies that we've been working with. One is Blue Origin, and the other one is Astro Digital Systems. And the idea over there is we are actually designed into the flight control systems, so the ones that actually stay on Earth and control the satellites, and then also in the satellites themselves. So about 4 to 8 devices per system, and the idea over there is it's radiation hard, and it's actually very, very fast read and writes, and that's what makes it attractive to the satellite companies.
And that's the specific features of the memories that you're producing.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And the idea is if you were using a NOR flash, for example, instead of MRAM, it's a microsecond to write compared to the nanosecond with our MRAM. And of course, it's radiation immune or radiation tolerant, because of which it won't get damaged when it's in space. With NOR flash, typically you would build triple redundancy, so it gets more expensive, less reliable.
Yeah.
With ours, you don't need to build any redundancy, and it's radiation tolerant and immune. So.
Okay. I mean, in the sort of spectrum of memory technologies, is this specifically good for things like red hard and military?
Absolutely. I think as far as radiation immunity or tolerance is concerned, basically it's a magnetic spin, right? So just because an electron gets irradiated and changes states, it doesn't change spins. And because of that, it's actually radiation immune. And that's the reason why it's getting designed in. And just a comment on the market size, right? If you look at some of the reports, they believe that the low Earth orbital satellite market is on the order of 70,000 satellites over the next 4 to 5 years. And there is no other company that can actually provide MRAM for these applications.
Right.
And we have about 4 to 8 devices, per satellite, and that's a huge TAM for Everspin to go after. So.
And remind me, I think you manufacture here in Tempe or Chandler itself, don't you?
In Chandler. We have a headquarters are in Chandler, and we have an 8-inch manufacturing line, MRAM back-end manufacturing line over here in Chandler.
Okay, so that's set you up quite well for the RFI that you're looking at as well then?
That is correct. So there is a request for information or an RFI from DoD. They're basically looking to build a 300 millimeter or 12-inch manufacturing line, MRAM back end of the line, manufacturing line in the US. So today we run a 200 millimeter line, which is also only MRAM and only back end. And they're trying to replicate what we do on 8-inch on 12-inch. And what that does is, because we do all our IP onshore, all the development of the IP, and in this 8-inch line, it actually sets up Everspin very well to respond to the RFI. So we are the ones that bring the IP for any standalone products. As some of you know, we've actually licensed our IP to global foundries for embedded products in the past. So I think this would be a good opportunity for us to partner again, or even for Everspin to independently submit an application to build a 300 millimeter factory in the US.
What's the challenge involved in doing that? I mean, for you or for anybody, I guess.
Yeah, so I think the cost of ownership for MRAM is still on the high side. Until the volumes go up, I think the costs are not going to go down. The throughput of these MRAM tools are much slower than, for example, a copper tool. You can probably run 24, 25 wafers an hour on a copper tool, compared to MRAM, which is closer to maybe 4 to 6 wafers an hour. So I think that cost of ownership needs to be digested. And then also, if you're running only MRAM, I don't think it's easy to fill the fab. So you need to actually have more demand and more tools to actually match the availability that you have from the rest of the tools.
So you're actually focused on doing it, so you'll have volume capability if somebody's looking for that.
That's correct. So we are actually targeting at least 2 or 3 different markets. We just talked about the LEO satellite market and then also the automotive market. I think as more and more electrification is happening, I think the automotive guys are looking for MRAM as a solution for their devices. And then also AI, right? So most of the discussion so far in the industry has been about generative AI. And because our densities are only on the order of 1 to 4 gigabit, it's not really that relevant. But as you get to inferencing AI, I think MRAM plays a big role because of the power benefits, because of the speed of MRAM, and also because of the low or zero standby currents.
Okay. What are the big challenges ahead for you right now?
So I think we're really excited about this RFI because I've always said that our challenge is actually to scale and to build a 300 millimeter factory or have access to a 300 millimeter line. So I think that continues to be a challenge, but looks like there is light at the end of the tunnel. So we're really excited about that. So other than that, I think getting designed in, getting a higher volume, more demand to lower the pricing, I think that's something that we're focused on.
And is it a good market for Everspin right now?
Yeah, I mean, right now the market is booming. I mean, we're getting a lot of design wins. We've already seen the bottom of the cycle over here. The inventory burnout has happened, and now we are seeing normal behavior from our customers. So we are starting to see, as we have predicted, that the first half was slow, but the second half is picking up. So we'll report on the results in November. So we can talk about it more openly at that time.
Well, Sanjeev, thank you very much.
Thank you, Nathan. Really appreciate it. Thanks.